Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name is Jordan Franco, and this is a place where we help people just like you buy and sell real estate. And today we're going to do something a little bit fun and different. So we're going to hop on Google Maps and take a full virtual tour of Brantford, Ontario, one of the most underrated cities in the region. I'm going to show you exactly where Brantford sits in relation to other cities around Hamilton, London, Kitchener, Cambridge, Simcoe, Port Dover, and more. And so you can really get a feel for how the city is connected and where the city actually is. So we'll also explore different neighborhoods inside Brantford, how the highway and Wayne Gretzky Parkway divide the city, and some amazing things the city has to offer: bike trails, restaurants, shopping, and so much more. So whether you're thinking about moving to Brantford, investing here, or you're just curious about the area, this video is for you. So before we dive in, if you find this helpful, please take a second and smash that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, helps us to continue to create content like this for you. So without further ado, all right, let's dive into this.
Okay, here we go. So here we have our Google Maps. We got Brantford right in the middle here. And first and foremost, the distances between the cities. Brantford is right in the center. So for traveling for work, let's say you're going to Hamilton, Woodstock, London, which is right over here. It's a straight, easy shot down the 403, 403 into 401 to go to London. Takes about 50 minutes to get there. I just worked in Ingersoll last week running some open houses there. It took me 40 minutes to get to Ingersoll, so it looks like it's another 5 to 10 minutes down the 401. Hamilton, it's 40 minutes, less than that even, to get into Hamilton. I go into Hamilton still all the time. I used to live in Hamilton. I live now in Brantford for the last 20 years or more. So Cambridge and Kitchener right above northern of Brantford. It takes me 15 minutes or so to get to Cambridge and to Kitchener. Add another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it's easy to get there. And if you were wanting to go to the beaches, just down south we have Simcoe into Port Dover, Turkey Point. There's Lake Erie right there. It's, again, 40 minutes to get to Port Dover. So location-wise, living in Brantford is fantastic. Easy highways, especially if you're going down south or north. Even if you're going to Hamilton or towards London, there's back road highways that are just nice countryside roads that you can go on, 80-kilometer roads. It's a good cruise, your Sunday drive with your kids and your family. Brantford's good for driving and traveling. And let's talk about how the city is separated. So coming in off the 403, you get to the middle of the city here is Wayne Gretzky Parkway. And 403 separate the city pretty much. So everything above the 403 this direction is, we'll consider the north end of Brantford, which is definitely the most desirable area. Right now they have all the new development down in the west end. They have a little bit in the north end, especially in these country parts here where you can see the farmland. A lot of these have been sold off, so in this area here we have new development happening. Brentwood Park Farms is right over here, was over here. They've moved to a new location and they're now developing in this area as well, into these farmlands. So we will have new development up there. Down in the center between Park Road North and Wayne Gretzky Parkway, there's also a bunch of development that's happened there as well. So, but in these areas, they are for real estate. They're hot. Something here goes on the market, it doesn't last long. It takes a month or less to sell that home. Versus the rest of Brantford in the market that we're in right now, you take a little more. So, like I said, above the 403, we got the north end. These are also separated into neighborhood names. So on this side of Wayne Gretzky Parkway, we got Brantwood Park. On this side of Wayne Gretzky, we got the Briar Park area into Mayfair, which is separated by King George Road. This would be considered Mayfair area here. And then down below the 403, we don't call it South Brantford by any means. We get into what we call Echo Place. And then the center of the city, downtown area here, And then going down a little bit lower, we have right off of Eagle Ave here, in Erie Ave is right here. We call this Eagle Place. So older area, Brantford, definitely first time home buyer turf area. Um, Older homes again, but they do sell still really well, and you can get your hands on a home here for a really good price, especially if you're a first time buyer. This is the newest area of Brantford, so we have what's called West Brantford. Colburn Street West has always been here with the old bridge here, but we have the new West Brant area, which right off of Veteran Memorial Parkway. When I moved to Brantford, this was just installed, this parkway. We used to call it the Brantford Southern Access Route, and then they gave it a real name, called it Veterans Memorial Parkway. And so this is the new West Brantford area. Schellers Lane runs all the way down through it, right to the end of it, and this is where you get into more farm area and just nice, nice homes in this countryside area. Um, you can see here, obviously, all the dirt, lots of development happening down here. I believe it actually now comes a little bit past this bike lane. So we have bike routes throughout Brantford, and we'll talk about that shortly. The schools in this area are definitely the big talks. They're all fresh, brand new. Assumption College is the big one, big high school here, Catholic high school. They're building another one just down this way, right around this area here. Linvest is here, so yeah, it's right around here that they have the new school being built, and it's looking good so far. But bunch of other schools through the area, and that's the biggest thing I hear about this is the schools in the area they're brand new, so they're great. Oh, last one is Homedale. Homedale is again, an original area of Brantford. So, for example, Dufferin Avenue. Dufferin Avenue is like the old ritzy big homes. They look like castles, some of them. Let's drop a guy in there real fast on Dufferin and show you what I'm talking about. They are heritage homes for sure. Look how old they look there. And you can just see the age on them. They're big, massive lots. These homes rarely go on sale, and when they do, again, they sell right away. It's to own one of these and own a piece of heritage in Brantford is people like it. So let's get back out of that. Yeah, so let's talk about industrial areas. So Brantford's really good at separating its industrial areas, so places with a lot of people work. So down here, as soon as you come into the city, segregated and off of the 403 and Garden Avenue before you get to Wayne Gretzky, we have this entire area here, which is all industrial. So we got some S.C. Johnson warehousing down here. Gates Canada is in this area. A whole bunch of others. Down Henry Street, they're making a whole bunch of shopping down there. So, I mean, we got Michael's, we got Rona, used to be Lowe's. I was about to say Lowe's, but it's Rona now. Some other eating places, Firehouse Subs, we got Harvey's. Not yeah, Harvey's is over here. There's, what you got? Burger King. Burger King's there. More restaurants here, KFC, Sunset Grill. We have Starbucks, 3 different locations throughout the city for Starbucks. Tim Hortons is everywhere, so lots of Tim Hortons. I probably could count easily 7 different Tim Hortons throughout the city. But I think there's more. So lost count. McDonald's throughout the city as well. But staying on point here. So industrial area, that's it there. Another industrial area. They keep it out of the city actually, right in this area. So it's an easy straight shot off the 403. Or if you didn't want to take the 403 and you lived in a more convenient spot in the city where you could just take Hardy Road. Hardy Road's our main road out of the city towards the industrial area here. And it just goes up the streets and connects to the 403 as well. So down here, Ferrero Canada, we have P&G, Procter and Gamble, warehousing. Urban Tactical is a shooting range, indoor shooting range. So if you like to shoot, you can go shoot. Never been in there. Maybe one day. Not interested in it right now though. Then so that's the industrial areas. Easy peasy. Paris is also right here, so if you did live in Paris, It's got a lot of new development. Again, right off the 403 up Rest Acres Road. All this here is all being developed into homes. They have a super center right here for, I believe it's, or it's right here, Sprint Sports Complex. It's a quad rink for hockey or ice skating, whatever it might be. Brantford definitely is considered a sporting city. There's tons to do sports wise. So, I mean, teams, we got the Brantford Red Sox. Hockey, we have the Brantford Bulldogs. So they used to be the Hamilton Bulldogs. But I'm telling you, the general manager for the Brantford Bulldogs, they came here for their first year. They weren't going to plan on staying here. But after the first year and the amount of people that would come out to the events, I used to go to Hamilton Bulldog games as a kid. I lived in Hamilton, and the Coliseum was empty. So pick your seating and all the rest of it. But I tell you, Brantford Bulldog games, they are packed. So they're right down here at the TD Civic Center, beside the casino. So Brantford has a casino. There is a 24-hour casino, and they have live table games. So you're not going to find that anywhere else around close nearby. There are casinos, but they're all slot machines. You don't find live table games anymore, other than Niagara Falls. So if you want to go all the way to Niagara Falls, pick your poison, you know. But besides that is the TD Civic Center, and that is where the Brantford Bulldogs play. So as I was saying, the amount of people that are coming out to these games and the amount of profit they made off of it, that general manager said they're never leaving Brantford. There's no reason to. So Brantford is home to the famous hockey player Wayne Gretzky. With that being said, that is why we have Wayne Gretzky Parkway, and we do have a Wayne Gretzky Sports Center, which is right here. A massive center. I believe they got 4 hockey rinks in there. They've got gymnasium, working out. Big, huge circle walk or run above track, an indoor track. They got a pool center. My kids and I go there for their aquatic pool center. They've got 3 big pools and hot tubs and all that. So lots to do in there. I highly recommend going to the Wayne Gretzky Sports Center if you're here. And I mean, you can see all the other sporting stuff they got around here as well. Right near the high school, massive football fields. Football, Brantford Bisons is here. I might have mentioned the baseball for Brantford Red Sox, which they play down here. Where's their field? Where's their field? Off Colburn Street West, down here in Cockshut Park, Brantford Red Sox. So this is their main diamond they play in here, and their stadium, or there's their bleachers and all the rest of it. But off to the side of that, look how well maintained these are. The city does a fantastic job at keeping everything to do with sports well maintained. The second thing or the next thing on sports I would say is the bike trails. So I personally enjoy cycling. I have since I was young, and so my wife and I got back into it probably 2 or 3 years ago. So right down here behind the casino, we have, it's called Brant's Crossing Park, and there's Skate Plaza, so it's a skate park down there, and well-maintained skate park. Last time I was there was a couple days ago, and not doing anything, just riding through. But they had the city out there maintaining it, cleaning up. But across from that, all the bike lanes or bike trails come here. So from this point here, my wife and I like to take this route here. They call it the Grand River Loop. So it is a literal big, huge 19-kilometer bike loop you could take on the trails along the Grand River here. Goes all the way up to the dam. There's a dam here on the river. Continues to go all the way along. Let's say you worked out in these industrial areas and you didn't want to take your car into work, you could hop on this bike trail. It takes you to the Hardy Road, and you can just ride up to work and park your bike. It's very convenient. I used to work out here in this area, and several people rode their bikes. And at that time, I wasn't cycling. I was like, how are you guys doing this? So they were taking this trail here, and it's really easy to do. Anyone can do it. So you take the bike trail there, and it hops. If you weren't going to work off Hardy Road there, you can just hop back into the trails and come on down. And come on over here. It takes you across this giant bridge. Um, Turns into Oak Hill Trail. So Oak Hill Trail Bridge takes you along that, and along this trail here, if you wanted to, you could also live down here. There's new development, new homes all throughout here, right off the back of this industrial area. So quick shot to work if you wanted to live in that kind of area. And yeah, so going back to the trail, where's that? There's the bridge. Continues down here, goes through a little cemetery, shoots you back out into this little nice home area along the riverside. These homes are beautiful. Um, and then into Oak Hill Drive, ride down Oak Hill Drive, and Oak Hill Drive as well. This is a very popular area. Any homes that go up for sale in this area, they go like hotcakes. It is not long on the market. It's a very desirable area, and they're doing some more development in the area too. Right off of here, they got some townhomes going in here. This one's showing dirt, but I believe this one's already done. It's all completed. They're beautiful homes. And just continue with the trail. You go down Oak Park here, and you can see how the trail connects into here, and you can ride along, and it takes you back out to where we started, right behind the casino at Brant's Crossings. You just hop over this bridge here. This bridge is actually gone right now. They're building a brand new bridge. I believe it has something to do with what they're building here. We'll talk about that in just a quick second, but you just continue down the trail and go across this bridge, the Dyke Trail Bridge here. And along here, it's got a whole bunch of paintings on the bridge, along the side walls of the bridge. It's actually really neat. A lot of local artists and schools come here and do murals. And it's nice to walk around or cycle around. It's great. Really, really great. I was mentioning this here is being built. So TD Civic Center is where the Bulldogs, Brantford Bulldogs play. They are building a massive entertainment center beside it, and I can't recall if the Brantford Bulldogs has anything to do with it. I think they do, and that'll become their new super center. And besides an ice rink, basketball, concerts are going to be held there. The city has information on it. It looks really cool. It's approved. This is all gone. There's no longer a parking lot there, and it's happening. Back to bike trails, though. Again, like I said, this is the city center for it, and these bike trails can take you all the way down. If you didn't want to do the Brantford Loop, you could travel all the way out to Scotland with it. You can see it right here. This is the trail from Brantford to Scotland, down to Waterford. Where is it? Waterford. Takes you to Waterford. I've cycled in Waterford on the trails there. I stopped and parked in Simcoe. Takes you to Simcoe, takes you all the way down to Port Dover over here. So the bike trails go incredibly far. I don't recommend attempting it in a day unless you are a professional or maybe on an electric bike and with a really good seat. I go for an hour and a half and I'm done. So anyway, that's the bike trails. They also go from that direction. They also go all the way out to Hamilton. So if you wanted to go on the bike trails and hop on the one, it takes you all the way out to Ancaster area and the Dundas Valley Conservation Area. So you just zoom in quick, you can see all the bike trails here. This is the one here that takes you all the way back to Brantford. So it's awesome. It is just awesome. There you go. You can see it come in. Boom, and we're back into Brantford now. So that's that bike trail. Moving on, let's talk about restaurants. Brantford has a ton of restaurants, great local eating spots. If you didn't want to eat in Brantford, Paris has a ton of restaurants right on the riverside. Highly recommend trying restaurants in Brantford. So we got local spots that you won't find anywhere else, like Xander's Grill and Brew Lounge, just down the King George Road here. This is what this is, King George Road. It's a very busy street. Sociable Kitchen and Tavern. There's Tim Hortons everywhere. McDonald's, sure. Red Lobster, Symposium Restaurant. Dairy Delight, tons of ice cream shops. You got Dairy Delight, we got OMG ice cream, we got Dairy Queens, so lots of ice cream shops as well. Newer ones that have opened up that I just can't bring to mind at the moment, but tons of ice cream. Uh, Nanking restaurant is a Chinese food restaurant. Jumbo Dragon, Shanghai. There's so many Chinese food restaurants as well. Everyone has their own unique way of doing things and different menu items. Chicken wings, lots of wing shops here in Brantford too. That's become a very popular restaurant style as well. So can't talk enough about restaurants. We could go on for a long time if I wanted to. Costco for shopping. So shopping areas. Oh, there's a keg there as well. But we got a Costco in Brantford now, so there's no more worrying about having to travel all the way to Hamilton in Ancaster area to get your Costco run done. We have one now officially in Brantford. It took a long time to get it approved, but that's no longer dirt. That is a building, a Costco building, a big one, and it is very easy to get through. My wife and I go there. Parking is easy, in and out. So highly recommend if you got a Costco membership and want to go to Costco, you use the Brantford one. It is great. Um, Gyms, tons of different gyms here. So I mean, for working out and fitness, if you didn't want to be outside or it's just wintertime and there's nothing to do outside at the moment, you can join different gyms here. So right off of Wayne Gretzky, we got just in this area here. Yeah, right off Edmondson Street, we got Ovati. Right over here, we're not even far away from it actually. So Movati's there. Where are we going? Down this side of Edmondson Street, we got Crunch. Over on King George Road, we got Anytime Fitness. They're on King George Road. And they're also in the new West End here, down off Conklin. And where are you? Down here, off Conklin, West End. There's an Anytime Fitness here, and there it is, in this area too, in this plaza. So, and another Tim Hortons. Tons of things to do. Like I said, Brantford is definitely a sports city or fitness city. Lots to do with your kids and family here. Events wise, community wise, there's always things going on. Um, yeah, it's a great place to live, guys.
And that's your tour of Brantford, Ontario. I hope this gave you a much better sense of the city, where it is, how it's laid out, what's around it, and honestly, just how much it has to offer. Whether it's easy access to Hamilton, Kitchener, London, or the lake towns like Port Dover and Simcoe, the bike trails, the food scenes, the value you still get in the real estate market, Brantford is a city worth paying attention to. So if you have any questions about buying or selling in Brantford or the surrounding area, drop them in the comments below. I read every single one. And remember, we're here to help people just like you navigate the real estate market with confidence. If you haven't already, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on another video. We've got more neighborhood tours and market updates and real estate tips coming your way. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.